going on, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is America, and in this channel I talk about self-care, skincare, and lifestyle topics. So for those of you who have been keeping an update on this whole raspberry tea for period relief, this is my 4th cycle update. It's the 3rd and it's the 4th cycle update. If you are new to watching this video, basically what I learned was that red raspberry tea, specifically red raspberry leaves, help with menstrual cramps, and it also has been linked to help with pregnant women. I was drinking this specific one. I got this one from Food Lion, but it's not really like red raspberry. It's like an off brand. So I actually went and got an organic raspberry leaf tea. I know someone commented under my last video and said to switch to organic, and I've been telling myself to go and get this organic brand, so I finally went and got it. And this is supposed to be way much better. They even advertise on the box, it says eases menstrual cramps and it supports a healthy pregnancy. For the 3rd cycle, I actually didn't really experience any type of cramps. I had like this bulging feeling in my stomach, and it was like an irritating and annoying feeling, but eventually went away. And literally like for the rest of the day, it was almost like I wasn't on my period. And normally during my first day is the worst day. I always say that. I wasn't feeling like sluggish, I wasn't tired, like I just felt like it was a regular day, and that was shocking to me because I've experienced period cramps like the first day always being just terrible. I can't do nothing, can't eat nothing, I don't want to go nowhere, I don't want to walk. Most of the time I don't even want to talk. Definitely was very surprised, and I'm thinking, I just have a theory that literally 4 days before I started my period, I was like, you know what, let me just use my heating pad every single night up until my period. This is the heating pad that I have. I think this is just from CVS, but I always keep this girl like right next to my bed. So when it's time, I just throw that girl on. It's kind of a long, let me open it for y'all. It's real, like, it's giving like nursing home. Yeah, so this is the girl. I literally will just lay it on my bed like this, and I'll just sleep just like this, mostly on the lower half of my stomach. But yeah, so I decided to do that 4 days straight before my period, and I'm honestly thinking that's what allowed my cramps to just loosen up, and I didn't have to experience that like period pain. That's just a theory that I have. So I was like, okay, if I'm doing this for the 3rd cycle, let me try this for the 4th cycle. Also, oh my gosh, I don't even know why I didn't say this. For the 3rd cycle, y'all, my period lasted for 4 days. Can you believe that? 4 days. I was like, what's going on? What is happening? For the 3rd cycle, I definitely had some acne breakouts. I wasn't eating right. I was eating fast food. I was just not making the right choices. Day before, I was experiencing some headaches, so I felt like that was almost like a hint. For the 4th cycle, as I was saying, I wanted to try to do the heating pad again up until my period, but I just wasn't consistent. The AC like messed up, and it was just hot in the house, and I didn't want to add heat on top of heat. So I was just like, you know what, I'm not even going to use this heating pad. I ended up having pretty mild cramps. It wasn't like too bad. Fortunately, for my 4th cycle, my period only lasted for 5 days, and I think that's great. Honestly, my period has always lasted 7 to 8 days, and now ever since I've been drinking this tea, literally my period days have been going down less and less. But I did notice again, just like the 3rd cycle, I had a heavier period, and I don't know why that's been happening. I was having acne breakouts as well. Like I said, I just wasn't making the right food choices. I was eating fast food like every single day, y'all. And then I was eating fried food on top of that. It just wasn't a great combination, especially for my skin. That's why I've been trying to get my skin back, because I just wasn't making the right choices. I was not drinking this tea while I was on my period. I only ever drank this tea a week prior to knowing when my period was, and normally my period has been around the 1st to 2nd week of the month, so I would always start like the 1st day of the month and then drink up into my period, and then when my period came, I would not drink the tea whatsoever. With the first cycle, I drank on the day of my period and I just was not having a good time, so I decided to only drink this tea up into my period. I only drank this once a day. I was drinking this twice a day before, but I've only been drinking it once a day. I think I'm gonna up that now, especially because I have the organic one. I think I'm gonna start drinking it noon and dinner time. If you're gonna start drinking this red raspberry tea for your period cramps, make sure you go and get an organic brand and make sure it states that it is red raspberry leaf tea. I noticed before that it was kind of helping out with my hormonal imbalance. That's when I was actually eating really good, and for these last 2 cycles that I have been doing, I have not been eating really good, so it hasn't really helped with my hormonal imbalance. I was getting facial hairs, I was getting the acne breakouts, so I wasn't having a good time. But other than that, I do encourage y'all to at least try out this tea, stick it out, be consistent with it, figure out how you want to consume this, what times, what days, if you want to drink it during or before your period, if you want to drink it for the whole month. I will be sticking this out for another 2 cycles and giving y'all my 6-month update. Of course, I'm going to switch to the organic. If you are going to start, make sure you just switch and start with the organic. Don't do the one that I did the first time. I do hope that this video finds you well. Periods can be the worst and we just want it to go away. And I do hope that if you do end up trying this, it does help you in some way. If you do have any questions that I didn't answer, leave them in the comments below. Make sure you have the notification bell on so you can get updates about this. And I will see y'all in the next video.